my other mother. That morning, I awoke with a strong feeling that it was going to be a hard day. How right I was! It was the day my father remarried. On our way to the registration office, I sent up prayers like desperate smoke signals. A last-minute hitch. I begged a typhoon, an earthquake, a flash flood, or at least a flat tire. Even Dadaji's temperamental 1952 Morris Minor behaved beautifully. She rolled along with grace and style. We reached the registration office on time. Before I knew it, the ceremony was over. The registrar mumbled something. When no one responded, he said it a little louder. "Congratulations! You are now married." The audience looked at each other with confused expressions. Mukul Chacha recovered quickly. He hugged Daddy. It was the signal everyone was awaiting. They began talking at once and rushed about hugging each other. Sumit, my younger brother, seemed to enjoy it all. I stayed aloof. I felt Daddy's hand on my shoulder, firm and warm. Brushing it away, I got into the waiting car. "Vidur, I am too old to look after your sons properly," Dadima had said. "They need a mother." That was the day I had brought home my report card. I did not show it to Dadima. In the evening, my class teacher phoned. I overheard Dadima speaking with her. I took out my bicycle and fled. Returning well past the time I was supposed to, I heard voices in the drawing room. Daddy was back. He is a commercial pilot. We see him only on weekends. I tried to sneak past them, but Dadima saw me. "Arjun beta," she called out, "please fetch your report card." Later, Daddy came to say good night. Sumit was asleep. I pretended to be. Daddy seemed to know. He sat at the bed's edge and ran his hand over my forehead. I could not hold back my tears any longer. He held me while I cried. "I am sorry," I said when I could speak. "It is maths that is getting me down. I don't understand it. Ma'am goes too fast. I will get tuition. I will work hard." "It's not just maths, Arjun," Daddy said sadly. "It is you. Your teachers are concerned. They say you simply sit in class and stare out of the window. You have stopped taking part in all activities. You hardly talk." What could I say? What was there to say? "Everyone understands, son. Nobody can take your mother's place. We've got to accept that nothing can bring her back. We must learn how to move on. There is no other way to go. We were a family once," he slowly said, as if willing himself to go on. He added with a sudden determination, "We will be a family again." Are we a family now? We have moved to a new city, new flat, new curtains, new sounds. For years I woke to the music of Suprabhatam. Ma loved it. The chant would swell and rise in the cool morning freshness. I brushed my teeth to it, dressed for school, drank my glass of milk. "Arjun, your lunchbox," Ma would call from the kitchen. She would be in a blue dressing gown, her long hair in a loose plat. I knew what I could expect from my lunchbox. Unfussy food, just the way I like it. Vegetable sandwiches, idli and chutney. It was never the same. Dadima would give me aloo puri. The oil would mess my books. And now she is no better. Wafer biscuits, tiny round sandwiches, toffees. It is fine for Sumit, who is only 5, but I am 13. How can I eat this baby stuff? You don't know how to be a mother, Sumit told her one day. Teach me, she smiled. Grow your hair, he said. Sing in the kitchen. Make hot pakoras when it rains. Tell me a story before I go to sleep. What else? 2 stories, he said craftily. She laughed. Now Sumit calls her Ma. She likes it, you can see that. I call her nothing. I hardly speak to her. Any help with your homework, Arjun? No, thank you. Another helping of kheer, Arjun? No, thank you. Last Saturday, she said, I have 3 tickets for the Lost World. We can follow that up with pizzas later. What do you say to that? Hip hip hooray! Sumit jumped up. Will you both be ready in 15 minutes? Later, when she looked into my room, I was lying in bed, listening to music on my Walkman. Ready, Arjun? Was she blind? I had not even changed my old shorts and t-shirt. She stood there, clearly waiting for a reply. I'm not going with you. Why not? Don't feel like it. I heard you tell your father that you wanted to see this film. I have changed my mind. My reply was cool. Her face turned red. Her eyes never left my face. She opened her handbag, took out the tickets and tore them. I hope this will make you happy, she said quietly. I heard her pick up the car keys from the hook in the hall. Then the front door slammed shut. Sumit looked as if he was about to cry. Bhaiya, will she come back? He asked in a frightened voice. Who cares? I said. Come on, let us play with your Meccano set. I made an aeroplane for him, but my heart was not in it. To tell the truth, I was ashamed. I knew that I had gone too far. Sumit's favorite TV serial was on air. He settled down to watch it. I went out for a walk. I needed to be alone. Darkness had set in when I finally left the park. It had rained. The floor was slick and slippery, the pools on its surface reflecting the flashing headlights of vehicles. Ahead, at the roundabout, there was a traffic jam. Horns tooted impatiently. The red lights of a police gypsy winked. There had been an accident. My heart was pounding. I pushed my way through the crowd. A bus had hit a car. A white Maruti, like ours. It had folded up completely. Shattered glass powdered the road. Who was the driver? Who? That evening too it had rained. That is why Ma had been delayed. I had told myself. She would be back any moment from her office. 8, 9, 10. The maid gave us dinner and left. It was not the TV that woke me up. It was the doorbell. Ma, I thought. It was not her. It would never be Ma again. A wet road, a truck that lost control. No, it would never be Ma again. The wailing of sirens had stopped. The traffic had started moving. My limbs unfroze. I turned and ran home as if a million devils were after me. Sumit opened the door. His cheeks were wet with tears. "Ma," he stammered. "Ma!" Oh God! Then I saw her next to the telephone. She dropped the receiver, quickly crossed the room and pulled me close. "I thought something." She whispered into my ear. "Don't do this, Arjun. Don't go out without telling me." I looked up, saw her face. I saw the worry, the pain, the relief, the love. I saw that it was really no different from my mother's.